Can we talk about this open record exemption that was added at 5 o'clock last Thursday by Joint Finance? Were you consulted before that? Did anybody run that by you, the language?
No.
Should they have?
You know, we're always here to help, and I've been working hard as the Attorney General to let the legislature know that they have a law firm, and we're here for them. We're happy to consult. You know, in the future, if they want to discuss any of these issues, I'm happy to be part of it. I'm pleased that this has come out, that we're no longer moving down this road. But I do acknowledge that we are due for a conversation in Wisconsin about the nature of our public records or open government laws. These laws were enacted in 1981, long before we had any idea we were going to have some of the electronic communications we have now. Many of the things that we do now that are second nature to how we do our jobs simply weren't addressed in that law. Government bodies statewide turn to us for advice and leadership on this issue, and the first thing I want to do is make sure that we're sending a consistent message and that our house is in order. And so we're working very hard to make sure that we're leading by example, and that if anyone wants to see what our best practice is, they can look right to the Department of Justice to see how you best handle openness efficiently. We're going to sit down with stakeholders from all areas of this, and our hope is that we can search for some consensus areas where we can find common sense changes. You know, the law doesn't address whether a member of a local municipal board can appear at a meeting via Skype, and they're looking for guidance out there. It doesn't address, it really doesn't address what we do with when officers wear body cameras or even dashboard cameras. It doesn't address where are the limits, because there's a tough line to draw there. When you talk about an officer recording everything they do all day, well, you're going to have an awful lot of interactions with innocent citizens or victims who have good reason to have what they're doing private, or confidential informants that are important sources of information, but certainly we can't release that publicly. We have to figure out where to draw those lines and give better advice to the government officials out there doing this, and let the people who are seeking public information about their government have an easier way to predict what they're entitled to and what they're not entitled to.